Okay, Aunt Frances, I want you to tell me anything that you can remember about your daddy. Do you remember how old you were when he died?
I was 11 years old.
And I think you told me that you went down to Charlotte, you and your mama.
Yeah. Sometimes we'd go with Speed Marie, and sometimes we'd go with Charlie and Edna.
That's when he was still living.
That's when he was still living.
And he had a store down there, didn't he?
Store. And we'd go in a T-model. I guess it's A model or T-model 1. I guess it's A model because it's two-seated. Is it T-model?
I'm not sure.
It's A model, I'm sure.
And what kind of store did he have down there?
It's a grocery store.
Did it have a restaurant in it too? Just a grocery store?
No, just a grocery store.
Just the grocery store. And do you remember when he moved down there? Sometime prior to the Depression, I think, wasn't it? Or just right after the Depression?
After the Depression,
yeah, that's what I meant to say.
He lost his legs.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You went down, you and your mama, and I think you told me Charlie had gone down when he died?
Yes. My mama was down there when he died. She went into the hospital to see him, and he was already dead with the sheets over him.
Oh, was he?
And no one told her
Uh-huh.
before she went in the room.
I think that the death certificate actually lists Lily as the informant, the one that actually reported him, I guess, as being dead. But
Yeah. Well, Mama said she went into the room.
did she?
And that no one told her he had died, and so he had already had the sheet over his head.
He was actually pretty young. He was only 61.
61.
Yeah, or just the day before, I think, his birthday, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
What do you remember about your mama?
I remember she did a lot of sewing, and she'd always make me a big pot of soup, and I'd go behind the kitchen stove and play with paper dolls, and I'd eat on that soup about all day.
What did, when you said she did a lot of sewing, what kind of sewing did she do?
She made dresses for people.
For people? Did she make them for...
to sell.
Did she?
Because that's how she made a living after my dad died.
Oh, I did not know that.
And we went to the woods and gathered up wood. I remember that.
For the stove?
For the stove. And we'd get whitewash to whitewash the hearth.
Uh-huh.
I remember that.
I remember the old house over here next door to where you lived when I was little.
Yeah.
Norma and I would go over there and play sometimes, but I don't think there's a photo anywhere of the old house anywhere. Not a whole photo. There's a couple of photos with bits and pieces. Yeah.